Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. How y'all doing? It's been a couple weeks now, 2 or 3, since the last video I did, the last ride we did on the Talon out at Trapper Shasta. In this video, I'm going to go ahead and do what I've been contemplating on doing for the last several months now. Do a 1.5 year ownership on the Talon. I normally, as I said, I don't normally do review videos. Cause sometimes I don't really know what to say because I don't have a whole lot to say. As far as you guys know how much I really love this machine. My first side-by-side that I've ever owned, bought it in March of 2024. March 6th, I believe it was. It was to 2022. It was brand new. It's been sitting around in the dealership for a 1.5 years or so. Actually, I think it was in another dealership. It got shipped over to here at the Honda shop up here. And I've actually had my eyes on this thing for quite a while. Since March, or not March, October of 23. We're really kicking around of getting a side-by-side, and well, finally I did. Finally went ahead and did it. I love it. This is the first owner of side-by-sides, and I gotta tell you, I really love it. It's a little bit more fun, comfortable, feel a little safer in it. Not that Ruby wasn't fun or anything. Ruby's fun to ride too still, as you all know, but it's just, I just kind of find myself riding the side-by-side a little more than I did Ruby. It's a little bit in the evening right now, probably around 6:30 p.m. Figured to go ahead and do this little review quickly enough to where it won't get too late. And I'll try to keep it short, you know, so it's not going to bore you guys or anything. But yeah. So anyway, one of the things I want to point out to you guys, I finally went ahead, and as you kind of noticed, on the driver's side, I removed the netting. Now I didn't remove it actually. If you look over here on the passenger side, you got a strap. It's strapped in here with the hook. There's like a little loop hook right up here. If you can see it, the light's really not very good out here because it's getting dark. It straps right here, and of course, as you know, it's got the bolts right here, and here. So what I did on the driver's side, just to kind of experiment, I just unstrapped it there. It straps like a motorcycle helmet does on your chin. I can still open the door. I can still open it and close it freely. I just laid it across. Instead of taking the whole thing off, I just laid it out, tucked it underneath behind the door here. This piece right here, the hook that goes under here, that keeps it from moving around and stuff, might kind of slap around and everything, but I'll have to find something to secure that, but I think it'll be alright for right there. But yeah, just kind of like right here, I'm going to shut the door. It still shuts. I can still open it. Try that for a little bit just to see what it's like, because now I'll be able to put my arm, I can rest my arm on the door here again. Like I said, I kind of know the reason why they did that. It's a safety thing, so the rider won't get hurt, so Honda won't get sued, because everybody's sue happy nowadays. Mainly to keep objects from coming in and slapping you in the face, which I've had that happen a couple of times when I was out in Trapper Shasta. There's some sticks and trees come in and going like that, hitting the net. Well, if the netting wasn't there, I probably would have gotten slapped in the face, but that's all part of riding. So, and then also, in case there's a rollover, if you roll over this way, people have a tendency of sticking their arm out, which is kind of dumb to do that in a heavy machine like this. This thing's almost a ton. It weighs about 1,600 pounds, I think. So you won't severely injure yourself in case, you know, you roll it over, which hopefully, by the love of God, that doesn't happen. I never had that happen to me or anything, so that's one of the things I don't like about this thing. I was gonna say, I'm sure everybody agrees, the netting's nice. It is nice to have them, but they are kind of annoying. It's more of an annoyance a little bit, because when you have them on, when you have it clipped in and stuff, you really can't see very well outside, or you really can't see in the rear, the side mirrors here. You can't really see behind you too well, and in a blind spot right here. You're supposed to keep your eyes on the trail anyway, just like in the car on the road, but you know, sometimes you like to look out at scenery and stuff. Plus you can keep your arm, if you want to rest your arm on the, right here, you can. So I'm going to do a little walk around to tell you exactly what I did to it through the years that I had it. I can't really say a whole lot, little things, because they did make some improvements on it from 23, 24, and the 25 models, even the 26s. One thing is the door inserts. This wasn't here. This being a 22, these door inserts were not here. The 23, 24, and the 2025 models do have them out of the factory like that. So that was so these are aftermarkets, Kimimoto brand type, which works just fine. I mean, it's like exact same thing. The Honda ones are exactly the same, except this was a hell of a lot cheaper. I actually ordered off of Amazon, I think. I can't remember what I did, where I ordered it from. Yeah, she's pretty much all stock. I'm going to keep it stock as far as performance. I'm not going to do any type of tuning. I'm not going to do a turbo or anything like that. I don't race. I just trail ride, enjoy. But it is nice to have a little fun, you know, getting up the speed and stuff. This thing's pretty fast. I don't really know what the top speed is, but I think I've watched somebody online on YouTube had it up to about 70. Of course, they might have had a turbo on it. I don't know. I can't remember if it was or not, but it probably could go that fast. I really don't know. So, anyway, one of the things I did to it, the mods, well, accessory, I wouldn't say mods, more of accessories. The first thing I did, you guys remember, was the winch. I put the winch in. You guys remember that video. I did the half windshield, which is great. The Tusk half windshield, polycarbonate, you know, windshield here, which is strap on. Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, the thing I don't like about it so much now is the fact that it is a little bit flimsy right here in the center. It does kind of wobble, but it doesn't make any noise or anything. It doesn't like rattle or nothing when you're going down the trail and stuff. This little rubber grommet like thing, seal here, it goes across there, was kind of annoying to put on, but I can see why, because it's not necessarily like a seal. It's more of just a place for it to sit without damaging your plastic here and stuff, because you can kind of tell it doesn't quite seal it up. There's gaps right there to let air through, I think, but you really don't hear any air noise or anything, which is pretty cool. The side mirrors, I did those. I don't think I did a video on that. Pull that out there. Of course, I did the rear window. I did that. I didn't do a video on that because I figured now what's the point, because it wasn't that hard to install and it was pretty easy, so I kind of didn't feel like it. It's actually from an MT Star Night. It's not a Tusk. I couldn't find a Tusk one. But this is pretty good. It wasn't that expensive. I didn't do a video. I don't think I showed you guys the half rear storage box here, which is really cool because it leaves me enough room here to put a little cooler with a little extra gas can or whatever here. The storage box is pretty nice. You can get a full one too. This is a Honda. These are a little bit spendy though. This was like about $200 or $300 actually, believe it or not, guys. You can get a full one, which is about $400, which is pretty ridiculous. I know there's cheap mods you can do for that, like you can get a Tractor Supply one. You can put in here, it fits, the dynamic of it fits in here perfectly, but you gotta do this and that, and I just kind of didn't really feel like it, so I just went ahead and spent the extra money and bought a little half cargo box, which is actually really cool because I keep my tire repair kit in this bag here. This little bag here, I can put a blue ice in here, stick a lunch in here or whatever. It does keep it pretty cool. I got a tow strap right here. Keep my battery jumper right here just in case. You never know. It's a battery tender portable jump starter. Just, you never know. You never know what can happen out there. I do have a Bullseye Pro tire inflator, which works a lot better than the one in the tire kit. Keep that in here. You can actually put quite a bit in here and still close the lid because of this indentation here. It's really, I mean, you can put quite a bit in here and still have room to shut it. Do that. I don't think I did a video on the Tusk barricade. I don't think I did that video. I don't think I showed you guys that, but yeah, this is pretty cool. Keeps things from sliding out and crap. The rear bumper, race style bumper, powder coated. This is a powder coated one. This is a Honda one. There's two versions of it. There's a racing style one, which is made out of aluminum, which is a little bit more expensive. And then there's this one here that's powder coated, a little bit more, less money, but it is Honda. It's real solid. I like the way it looks. It's the way aerodynamics of it, the way it shaped and everything. It come out really great. And then I got the fire extinguisher, which is really cool. A real good peace of mind, guys. I know some of these things do catch on fire depending on what you have on here and stuff. A lot of wiring and stuff catches on fire. Well, I didn't do a whole lot of mods on this. I kept it stock, so I don't really have to worry, but you never know. I mean, things happen. So it's really good. Plus, if you go up to Oregon and you're on the dunes, I think, now don't quote me on this, but I could be wrong, but I think it's required to have a fire extinguisher on board on side-by-sides, I think. So, but I like to have it on there anyway, just to, you know. Let's talk about the tires. The tires are stock. They're the stock Maxxis MU9s, I believe. The rears are a 28 by 11/15 on the 15-inch wheel, which I don't think the wheels are not that bad looking, actually. I kind of like these stock wheels. They're not that bad. They're, you know, I don't know. My opinion, they're okay. And then the fronts up here are a 28 by 9/15. The tires now, a lot of people on the internet and stuff, and YouTube and stuff, say that these tires, the stocks are garbage. Which, yeah, they are garbage. I mean, I don't know. I had this machine for 1.5 years now, and I haven't had any problems at all with, you know, getting punctures. They are a 6-ply. They do feel a little thin, though. But it does feel a little spongy when you ride and stuff, so I do kind of agree with that. The knobs look okay. They're actually still got quite a knobbage on them. I will get, when these wear down, I will get, you know, better ones. I'm thinking of getting the Tusk Megabytes because they are 8-ply. I don't know if I'll do stock size or go to a 30. A lot of people say 30s make it ride a hell of a lot better. So I might do that, but then again, I gotta think about the height because this is a 75-inch height on it, and my trailer the doorway is about 78 inches. So I got 3 inches of play. I can't go too high because I won't be able to get it into the trailer because it'll hit the roof. So I don't know. I'm gonna worry about it when I have to worry about it. I'll get there when I get there. So for right now, it's going to be stock unless I have problems and whatnot. Of course, you know, the radio, I put that in recently. You guys saw that. This thing's really cool. It is pretty loud when you're riding stuff. You can hear the music. It's nice to have something. You got to have music when you ride. I mean, that's the way it is, and kind of keeps your mind at peace, occupied while you're driving, just like in the car. Rear view mirror, put that in there. And then, yeah, everything's pretty much stock. The size of the engine back here, it's a 999C liquid cooled engine, I believe it's the same. It's kind of the same. I wouldn't say same, but it compromises both, I guess, the power of the Pioneer and the motorcycle, the Triumph, I believe. It's got that same displacement for the Triumph motorcycle, so it gives you all that 105 horsepower or whatever. The muffler is actually pretty decent for stock. It does kind of sound a little bit lawnmower-ish, I think. But I don't know. I'm not going to worry about that. I think it's good enough. If I want to go to an aftermarket type racing style, loud, ear-piercing, muffler, I probably will. But I don't know. I don't really want to mess with that, so I just kind of don't really want to right now. I'll probably will in the future. This is the battery died on the camcorder, so I grabbed the GoPro. Now what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Fox live valve shocks. This is the live valve version because it has the sensors on there. It senses the terrain you're on, and it senses it adjusts for you. It dampens or stiffens or whatever for you. You do have a control up on the front, and it switches here. It's getting dark out here. I can't see very well, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the park light on. Maybe that'll kind of help it out a little bit. There you go, a little bit. Then there's a switch here, right here. It tells you right there. Can't really see it very well, but it's kind of like right here. Basically, it's just sport and normal. Normal keeps it flimsy for you. Not flimsy, but keeps it soft, while the sport keeps it stiffens it right there. This one right there, sport and normal. A light will come on the dash right here. If you differentiate between it, it'll tell you right here, like right now it's a normal. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. I probably can't. This is normal right now. You just push on sport and it goes to sport. See, the light switches back and forth. The lights. Here's the light switch, and that's one thing I was gonna point out, which I think is pretty cool. When I first got this, I didn't realize that these were LED lights. I thought they were halogens, but you got 6, 7 LEDs here, which make it pretty bright, actually. As far as lighting goes, that's actually not bad. They are pretty bright. That's the brightest, I think. Yep. Don't know how that goes on the GoPro, but that keeps it. I mean, the thing is, I don't night ride as well as much. I just haven't done it because I don't want to go by myself. But that's pretty cool to have. It does have rear view does have tail lights, which is pretty cool. I think all machines have that. It does have a brake light too. When you push the brake on, they do come on. And that's dim. That's off. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I don't know what else to really say as far as that. It's been a great machine. I love it. I'm trying to keep this a little bit short for you guys. I know I don't want to get too long on it, but it is kind of nice to be able to point out some of the stuff on it. It is a live valve 1000X. There is an R model. The R model is a little bit longer, a little bit wider on the travel suspensions, a little bit wider. And the X is a little bit shorter, not quite as wide. I believe it's like 65 inches wide, I think. But the engine and the mechanics of it are exactly the same. The only difference is it's just a little bit longer on the suspension travel from the R, from the X. Because the X makes it a little bit more nimble, where you can get around trail rides and stuff like that, get around corners easier. This is just what they say. The R model has been built mainly for racing or desert riding or whatever, but I know some people who have R models who trail ride just fine. So this was just the X model here was really the only one that was available, and I wanted to try it because I think it's perfect. The way it you know, fits in my trailer and stuff. I love the aerodynamics of it. Just the way it comes up to a point like that. It looks really cool. The red and black color. Of course, there's other colors for it. One of the things that I kind of don't like about it, and I will say this, I wish they would improve this on their future models, is these air filters here, which is behind this panel here. You pull this panel off, it's right behind here. The intake is right here. This is where the intake is, where all that dust and crap goes into here from the rear wheel and stuff. These air filters get very, very dirty quick, and the manual says you should change them every 1 to 200 miles, and just depending on how dusty conditions you are while riding. In our case here at Chappie Shafts, it's really dusty, as you know. Those get very, very dirty. I kind of wish they would do something, which I don't think there's really much they can do, because where are you going to put the intake at? I mean, but you would think that they would put like some kind of a pre-filter into here, or something like a screen or something to kind of, you know, take out some of the dust where it doesn't get dirty, because these stock filters aren't really all that cheap either. They're about 40 bucks a pop. And how often did you have to change them to get dirty? Well, 40 bucks kind of adds up. So I've seen guys use K&N filters because they just clean them and put them back in. You can reuse them. I've seen guys use pre-filters right here, but you got to drill a hole in your plastic, and I don't really want to do that. If you want to spend the extra money, $500-600 bucks to $1,000, depending on where you get it, is a particle separator. You can get those, but I don't know. One other thing people do I've seen is put a uni pre-filter, soft foam filter in here, attach it to the intake tube, the boot that comes into here, install that, oil up and stuff, and then put the stock filter over that. I've seen videos of that. I might try that first just to see how it does. I haven't done it yet. I checked this filter, it's fine. Even after that dusty ride we had a couple weeks ago, it looks okay. It's not totally caked, but it is getting dirty. Probably should could get that replaced or do what I was going to do to save money from buying so many filters all the time. The other thing I don't really like about it is, let me grab the light so you guys can see. It's getting really dark out here. It's getting towards evening here. I probably shouldn't be using the GoPro, but my camcorder, the battery died, so I gotta charge it up. I don't like the way they put the gas fill, because the gas tank is, believe it or not, right underneath the passenger seat here, and I'm assuming that's on all side-by-sides. Kind of wish they would have put the fill over here somewhere, back here. I know a lot of Polaris razors have them back here somewhere. You know, they could have done something, but which is not really a big deal, but it's, I don't know, it's just kind of an odd place to put one right there. It's 7.3 gallons or something like that. I kind of wish they would have gone to a 10 gallon. But believe it or not, this thing does get pretty good fuel mileage. I can ride all day and have about a little less than half a tank. Jordy. As Jordy. Neighbor dog likes to... Anyway, so yeah, the speakers for the radio right there and stuff. The tool, the typical Honda tool, basic tool kit right there in that little tube cylinder. It's pretty cool. I do like the fact that the seats have the same trim color as the machine, red and black. It's pretty cool. Got the shifter right here. I do like these cutouts, the little cubby holes here, because I can put my sunglasses right there and stuff. My phone can go down here, keep a rag right there. There's that auxiliary port right there. There's your switches here for the IO 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, hill assist, launch mode. I need to do that launch mode. Believe it or not, I haven't done it on this machine yet. I really need to. I should try it. It's just a little fun little feature they put on here. And then the switch here goes from sport mode or normal mode if you switch it off. And then there's automatic and manual transmission between automatic and manual shifting. The winch switch right there, it's pretty cool, little switch panel there. Yeah, so, oh, that was the other thing I did too a while back, was I put these lower control arm guards on here. These are Honda, which are pretty sturdy. They're, I mean, they're, you know, I mean, I don't know. A lot of people say they don't like them because they're too flimsy, but they're not that flimsy, I don't think. I mean, I've had no problems with them. They're fine. I like the way it looks. It makes the machine look a little bit better with those on there, so you don't get rocks hitting your lower control arms or anything, your CV axles or nothing like that. Yeah, so that's really much I can really say right now. I can't think of anything else that I might have missed or wanted to cover. Yeah, as far, and I can tell you guys, for the last year and a half or so, it's been a great machine. I love this thing. Not much I can really say to not like it, because these little things that I've pointed out, like the gas fill, where the gas fill is, I do kind of wish they would have done something more with the air filter, but I guess that's life, you know. You can't always be perfect all the time, so. But you would think that, you know, you spend, you know, $20,000 on a machine, you kind of want to make sure that doesn't get fucked up or anything. So yeah, I'm gonna try this with the net down like that. I think it'll be fine. It might rattle like that and stuff, so I don't know. I might just end up taking it off, because all you gotta do is just take those bolts out the door and it comes right off. It's easy to put back on, because like I said, you just strap it on this little hook here, same thing as a helmet does. So, oh yeah, I do like, I'm gonna get my light again, guys, so you can see. I do like the fact that the oil dipstick, and it's all right here where you can see it, get to it. There's the oil dipstick right there. You check your oil. And it actually has two filters. It has, that one's the engine filter, the bottom one's for the transmission, which it uses the same oil. You don't have to have any special oil or anything like that. It's just standard 1030, 1040 Pro Honda. That's what I use. I use stock stuff on this. And the only thing is, the sub tranny has its own chamber right back there. I don't know if you guys can see that back there, but that little black right there, little black, that's the dipstick for the sub transmission, which is the high and low. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it as far as review goes. Love the machine. It's great. I love it. I get many years of use out of it. Have a lot of fun on it. I haven't ride too extreme with it, but it does, you know, it is fun to ride. So yeah. So anyway, it's gonna kind of conclude this video for right now. Stay tuned. Catch you tomorrow. I'm thinking about going out and doing some riding tomorrow, so I might get some content. I don't exactly know yet, so stay tuned for that. I want to try at some point here, head out to Stonyford. I got to get this thing out there. I want to get out there with this, since I did it with Ruby back in April. So I think I want to just go out there and scout it with Talon this time. Do the little, do a parameter, maybe do a parameter run on the M5, which is the main road that goes around. Do something like that, but it is 2 hours away from here, so I'll have to do that kind of early. But maybe they'll come at a different time. I might take this back, go back out to Chappie Shasta again, probably tomorrow, and you know, do a little cruise again and stuff. So anyway, so yeah, that's I don't really know what else to really say. I'm just kind of rambling on now. But yeah, as far as it is, it's a great machine. I love it. So that's going to conclude this for right now. I'm sorry for the vlog being so long. I know I try to keep it short, but there's a lot of stuff that I wanted to cover. So anyway, if you like this video, as normal, as usual, hit that like, subscribe if you haven't, turn your notification bell on, because sometimes I do post up a video. I know it takes a millennial, it seems like. So share with your friends, you know, whatever. I'll catch you guys on the next ride. So till then, take care, and we'll see you later. Oh, and another thing too I want to say, if you're out riding, whether it be anywhere, OHV trail system, especially an OHV trail system, if you pack stuff in, you pack it back out. Do not leave trash. Don't litter. So anyway, that's my message for y'all. So until then, you guys take care, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.